Hey, and welcome to The Explainer. You ever have that feeling? You know exactly what you should be doing, but you just can't seem to start? Well, you are not alone. Today we are diving deep into Do It Today by Darius Foroux. It's a fantastic, super practical guide that's all about breaking that frustrating cycle for good.
And this quote from Abraham Lincoln just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It frames the whole problem perfectly. See, procrastination, it's not just about laziness. It's about dodging responsibility. And that little act of dodging, well, it comes with a pretty hefty price tag, as we're about to find out.
So let's get into our first section, the procrastination problem. And really, this is all about understanding that inner battle that, let's be honest, we're all fighting. And this right here, this is the trap. That little voice in your head, what author Stephen Pressfield brilliantly calls resistance. It offers you this super tempting deal, right? Just do it later. You'll feel better. And for a second, you do. You get that short-term relief. But the research is clear. The long-term price is just brutal. We're talking stress, anxiety, a hit to your self-esteem. You're basically trading a moment of ease for a whole lot of suffering down the road. It's a terrible deal, and we fall for it all the time.
Okay, so that's the problem. What's the solution? That brings us to Section 2, the Do It Today philosophy. And what's so powerful about this is that it's not about some fancy new app or productivity hack. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think.
Get ready for this, because it's a pretty radical idea from the book. You are not your job title. You're not how much money you have in the bank. You're not even your good intentions. Foroux makes a powerful argument. We are, quite simply, the sum of our actions. What we do day in and day out, that's who we are. It's so simple, but wow, is it profound. It just slices right through all the excuses we tell ourselves.
And this is the real heart of the Do It Today philosophy. It's way more than just a catchy slogan. It's this deep realization that your future self, the person you hope to be in a year, 5 years, even 10 years, that person is being built brick by the choices you're making right now, today. Every single day is another brick in that foundation.
And Foroux doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. He tells this incredible story. Right before writing this book, he got hit with a massive crisis. His email list, which was like the entire foundation of his business, got completely shut down. Someone was list bombing him. Now, most of us, we'd probably spend weeks complaining, feeling defeated, right? But him, he allowed himself a moment of frustration, and then he just moved on. He asked, what's the next important thing? And he immediately started writing this very book. He literally turned a disaster into his next big project.
So, that's the mindset. But how do you actually do it? That's what Section 3 is all about. Systems, not willpower. This is where we get into the practical, nuts and bolts method for making this philosophy a reality.
Now, this quote might sound a little weird at first, right? Freedom is your enemy. We all think we want more freedom, but what Foroux argues is that all that unstructured time is actually what invites procrastination. Having rules, having systems, it's not about trapping yourself. It's about freeing yourself. It frees up all that mental energy you waste deciding what to do, so you can just focus on doing the stuff that really matters.
And if you want some cold, hard proof that a simple system can make a huge difference, check this out. There was a study where participants just moved their smartphone out of the room. That's it. And their performance on a concentration test jumped by 26%. I mean, that is a huge improvement. And it didn't come from trying harder or using more willpower. It came from one simple system: get the distraction out of sight.
Okay, so one of the best systems the book talks about is something called time blocking. This is a game changer. Instead of having a to-do list that just kind of floats around and haunts you, you treat your calendar like it's sacred ground. You literally schedule appointments with your most important tasks. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., work on Project X. It's non-negotiable. If it's in the calendar, it's as real as a doctor's appointment. It gets done. Period.
And the best part? It's super simple to get started. Seriously, all you have to do is take 5 minutes the night before to map out your next day. Got stuff you do all the time, like exercise or writing? Put it in as a recurring block. And hey, be realistic. Don't schedule your day down to the minute. That's a recipe for failure. Leave some space, some breathing room. The goal here isn't to become a productivity robot. It's just about being intentional with your time. All right, so we've got the mindset, we've got the systems, but what's the big payoff? Where does all this lead? That brings us to our final section, the power of compounding. This is where you see the incredible long-term results of all this daily effort.
This is really the secret sauce behind any big achievement. It almost never happens overnight. Success isn't one big, flashy explosion. It's sequential.
It's the sum of all those small, consistent things you do, day after day after day. Those little efforts stack up, they compound, until one day they turn into something truly extraordinary.
But here's the crucial thing you have to remember. Compounding is a double-edged sword. It works both ways. A little bit of exercise every day builds a healthy body. A little bit of junk food every day destroys it. Saving a few dollars every day builds wealth. Complaining every day builds a life of misery. See? Your entire reality, what your life looks like, is just the end result of all these tiny, little choices that feel so insignificant in the moment.
And that brings us full circle, right back to where we started. It all boils down to one simple, powerful question. So forget about your plans for next week or even for tomorrow. I want you to ask yourself, what is the one important thing you are going to do today?